welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing the one color challenge, and it's a very popular challenge in the art community. It has been around for, I don't know, 2-3 years, even more maybe, and it's still pretty popular, so I just wanted to do it. And this is going to be a series on my channel, so blue is the first color that I chose. First I wanted to do red to go like from red, orange, yellow, green, just from a rainbow order. But then I made the sketch for this one, and I felt like it was more soothing to be a blue colored illustration. And I'll talk about the why I chose blue in later in the video. Now I'll just be talking about the color challenge. The color challenge is still a very popular challenge in the art community because it's a very fun challenge to that you wouldn't just think about doing, if that makes sense. It's also called a challenge because it's a challenge for some. For some it's harder than others to use one color for a whole illustration and make it work next to each other. And of course it was way easier for me because I did it digitally. If I had done it traditionally, it would be way harder. And I'll explain the way I chose the colors right now. The thing I did was I chose a color. I chose a blue color of the color circle, and I made myself only use the colors in the color triangle. So I couldn't use the hue charts underneath them. I could just use the colors in the color triangle. So that's how I made this work. And I also did a few other challenges for myself in this illustration. First, the line art. I usually use a very textured brush. It's right underneath the brush that I'm using, and then to the left. That's what I usually use, the brown one, the pencil. It's very textured, but this time I used a very smooth brush. It's the one that's blue colored now. I'll show you. It's this one. So yeah, I usually use the pencil, but this time I used the digital thing. I don't know what's it. I think it's called Basic 1. It's called Basic 1 in Krita. And I use Krita to do my digital drawings because it was free at the time. It was a year ago. It was still free, but now it is $10. You just gotta pay one time and then it's done. So, but I still have it, so I just got it for free. And the other challenge that I did was the shading. You'll later see me shade this drawing. Usually I put color down at the areas I feel like need shading, and then blend it out with one of the blending tools. But this time I did cell shading, and I just put the color down at the areas I felt like need shading. I'm not the best at shading. I'm not good at all at shading actually, but I'm learning. I'm trying new stuff. So yeah. And you can see me erase this foot because it's horrible. And here I selected the other foot because that one was way better. Then I put it in another layer, and then I swapped it around and put it in the other layer with the line art again. So if you understood, if you would like to know how you do that stuff, I just told you. So yeah. And those are the things I did for this drawing that challenged me a little bit, and it was very fun to do this drawing. I enjoyed it a lot. This drawing took me about 3 hours. 3 hours. I'm very slow in digital because I'm still learning to draw in Krita. Well, I know how it works and stuff, but yeah, I'm still very slow. In traditional, I'm way faster. I do a full illustration with background in 1 or 2 hours. Well, sometimes 3 if the background is very, 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 very detailed. And if I have multiple characters, then it does take me a long time. But yeah, and here you can see me selecting the legs and the feet because I'm just using the color drop-in, the color bucket filling tool, the filling tool, to use most of the areas because I was kind of lazy and didn't want to color the whole legs in. And I always do use one layer to do the rough coloring so I can see what colors would work best next to each other. So you can see me changing up the color of the shirt a lot, of the top a lot, and the hair color was pretty much the first time alright, or the second time actually, or the first, I don't know. And then yeah, that's what I did. Now I will talk about the color choosing. First, I wanted to start off with red and just follow the rainbow order, but then I started sketching and the sketch looked very soft and tranquil and calm, and I already knew that blue was associated with softness and calmness and all that stuff, so I decided to go with blue for my first one in this series. And then I started searching on websites on Google with to find some more information about blue so I could incorporate that a bit more in my illustration. And I found a website, I'll link it below in the description, and this is what I found. Blue is strongly associated with tranquility and calmness. Blue is a masculine color. According to studies, it's highly accepted among males. So it's highly accepted among males, but I didn't want to draw a male character. I wanted to draw a female character because the sketch was already female and she was already pretty masculine. So I thought that was amazing for this one. So she was very masculine. And some more that I found is dark blue is associated with depth, expertise, and stability. It represents knowledge, power, integrity, and seriousness. So I wanted her hair to look very poofy and have a lot of depth in it. I don't know if that worked out, I don't know. And very powerful or something, I don't know. Her hair, I just wanted her hair to be dark blue because it looked very poofy and powerful, kind of. Light blue is associated with health, healing, understanding, and softness, and also calmness and tranquility. That's why I chose for her skin color, it will be a very light blue, to look very soft and calm, because she's already standing in that pose, like very soft. And first I drew her dancing. The pose is actually a dancing pose, I don't know. I thought she would look nice dancing. That's my initial sketch and my initial idea for it. But then, yeah, I just stick with it and it looked very nice. It looked very soft and calm. So that's why her skin color is a very light blue to represent the calmness, softness, and tranquility that associates with light blue. So those are the things I wanted to say about the coloring. I want to talk a bit more about the shading and what association it has with the color blue. It doesn't have that much to do with the color blue apart from that it is the color blue. And it would have made way more sense if I had soft shaded it, because blue is associated with softness, but I don't think I would have liked the end result as much as I like it now, because the shell shading looks very nice in this drawing, and I think I am definitely gonna be cel shading my art again in the future, and I think my art looks even better with cel shading instead of soft shading, because the soft shading makes it look more realistic, and I don't want it to be more realistic, so the cel shading makes it look more stylized. If you would like to see more of my art, like doodles, full illustration, and more, go check out my Instagram. I'm gonna post regularly very soon. I got to figure out a schedule, and don't forget to share this video with friends and family. Here you see me shading in the hair, and shading in the hair was so much fun. I enjoyed it a lot because all the wavy bits of the hair were very fun to draw, and I like the color of the hair. It was very fun to figure out the shadows, but I don't think all the shadows are correct. I'm not very good at shading, but it's alright. I think it worked out. And I tried to make everything as smooth as possible because, as I said, I'm not very familiar with using a smooth brush, so it was pretty hard to make smooth lines. Here I'm shading in the nails because I forgot to do that, and also the toenails. I tried to add some makeup, but then I realized I'm terrible at putting makeup on my characters. And here's the finished result, and I hope you like it. I think it was a pretty good first try at all the challenges that I did. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to, you can subscribe, like, and comment. That would support me a lot. Thank you very much, and bye! New videos every Tuesday and Friday.